What's up there, Young Kings? Curtis coming to you live from Fort Stewart, Georgia for your Week 10 recap. Got a lot of good matchups this week. Some blowouts, some really close ones, I think. Let's get right down to it. Sean versus Joey. Sean projected 120, Joey 104. I predict this one being a lot closer than what's projected. First time seeing Sean was new complete lineup, but I still think Zeke has a tough time in Philadelphia. And I think Mac sees a tough Jacksonville defense this week, so I think that evens up the running back situation with Joey's Kenyon Drake and Yeldon. I think it comes all the way down to the Sunday night game, but I think Sean still wins it. Mike versus Dan. Mike projected 95, but as we've seen, he could score lower than that, and Dan projected 109, but as we've seen, he can score way higher than that. All the players Mike acquired from his trade with Brian are on bye this week, so no help to his team there. And I think Dan's killing spree continues. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. Dan by a million. Tristan versus Johnny. As it stands right now, Tristan projected 128 and Johnny 78, but Johnny is yet to replace his quarterback and running back that are on bye this week. Honestly, I don't think it'll make much of a difference. I don't think it'll matter. I think we continue to see Tristan's team steamroll with the new lineup he's got. I think it could be another huge week for him. Let's face it, Johnny's not going to get a win this week either. I don't think he has a shot. Tristan by a billion. John versus Brian. I like this matchup. I really do. John projected 134. Brian projected 121. Both teams with huge potential to erupt any given week. This one could really swing either way despite the prediction. Brian, I think it depends on a healthy Gronk this week. He needs to have a big week. He needs to find the end zone. David Johnson being able to get it done in KC. However, for the prediction, I'm going to have to go with John. He's been on a roll. I don't see that stopping anytime soon. His team's way more consistent with the 130-plus numbers. I think he's able to put up the points this week to fend Brian off. Markel versus Cobbs, another close matchup this week, with Markel favored by just 5 points in the projections right now. Granted, Markel needs to set a defense, but as we all know, that could hurt you more than help you. For Cobbs, I think McDonald is going to need to produce more than 7 points. And McCoy will need to find the end zone to get Cobbs the win. For Markel, I think we need to see a flash of the old Fitzgerald this week in that flex position. He'll need to get a touchdown. And I think Markel will just need to pick a defense that won't score any negative points. Markel also has that secret weapon in Coleman, who could very well go off again this week as Atlanta faces a tough passing defense heading into Cleveland. May look to the rushing game more this week. Because of that, I think Markel is able to squeak out a win against Cobbs. And finally, J-Rock versus Tino. Tino still undefeated. Projected 20 points above J-Rock. Nothing fancy here. I think J-Rock gets beat by Tino. And I think Tino does it with OBJ now in the lineup, scoring against J-Rock, insult to injury. I love the irony. Tino still wins undefeated after week 10. That's my predictions.